Hey girl, it's Miss Kibibi. So I decided to pick up and test out the Olive Oil Hues Color Stretch Color Stick. Girl, this is pretty much just something to cover up my gray hairs. Okay, so let's get up close and personal with my gray hairs. So I have gray hair pretty much sprinkled out throughout my head, which I don't mind. The only place that bothers me is when it's right by my part. And in the past, I'd actually had my stylist, Renice, just color certain sections of my hair where my part is. But after maybe 2 or 3 washes, it would wash off of the gray hair and then it would sort of be an issue again. So I decided to test out the pretty much gray crayon. The gray hair crayon is what one of the girls in my Facebook group called it, which I think is perfect. So yeah, so the first way I'm testing this out is directly onto my hair without any other product at all. I do like the fact that it has a creamy consistency. It's not dry, it's not chalky. It takes a few swipes, I guess, or swipes or wipes in order for it to get on there, but it definitely was able to cover up my grays. Now, when I was applying it, I was using my fingers a lot to help me kind of wipe it into my hair, and it did rub off onto my fingers. So I would not recommend that you use this on like the nape of your neck where it's going to rub on your collar, because then it's going to mess up your clothes. So it'll be fine if you're just using it on the front of your hairline. If you're going to be wearing a hat, it's probably going to rub off on the hat as well. So that's just something to keep in mind. And here you can see how I have little bits of residue on my fingers, and it's not sticky, it's not chalky at all. It's a very creamy consistency. Okay, so now I decided, instead of trying to use my fingers to wipe it in, to just take a small brush to brush it in instead. And that did help with getting the product to spread much easier, and I don't have to worry about it messing up my fingers. Okay, so now I'm going to actually try to do it on my hairline and do it with gel. So the first time I did it was with no product. This time I'm using aloe vera gel. And this was actually a question that I got before, because I posted about this in my Facebook group. If you're not a part of the Facebook group, make sure you join. We talk all things hair, and it's a really great way for you to ask me hair questions directly. So I am testing this out by putting aloe vera gel on my edges, and then I'll put the color stick on the crayon on top of it and see if it will actually stick to the gel. Now, one thing I did think about was this will be a great product to use if you have thin edges. If your edges are thin, this will probably be a really great way for you to kind of like mask the thinness. Okay, so it definitely works when you put the color stick on top of gel. So now I'm going to go back to the first section and see what happens when you put gel on top of the color stick. And exactly what I thought would have happened. Where if you put gel on top of it, it's going to end up wiping it away, and then you can see my gray hairs start to pop out again. So it seems like the best way to apply this is to put gel in your hair or put some product in your hair, and then put the color stick on top of it, using a brush so that you don't end up, although I know it's kind of like hard, you're going to be tempted to use your fingers. Just make sure you wash your hands after. So yeah, so you don't get some stuck to your fingers like I did. But putting the color stick on top of gel works out really well. It covers the gray, it goes on really smoothly, and then you don't have to worry about repeating the process if you decide to lay your edges down, in addition to covering up the grays. And that's it. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. I'm glad I decided to pick it up, and I'll put a link below to where you can actually buy it. I bought this myself. So yeah, so last thing I'll do is I'll show you a picture of how it looks on my fingers, and you can see how it's a little bit like residue on my fingers and my fingernails, which can be a little annoying, but it did wash away easily. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful. Please remember to subscribe to my channel and hit the notifications button so you can get notifications when I post new videos. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Kisses. Bye.